Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500 and welcome back to another new project. Today is the walk around video. It was delivered at 6:15 last night in the dark. Couldn't get it off the trailer, I'll explain why. It's a stolen recovered with very minor, if any, damage whatsoever externally. It's a nice one, I think. I've been lucky. Let me show you what we got. Let's go for the new project. So, starting off at the back, as you can see, it is a 2014, late 2014 facelift in mint green. A Peter Vardy car. What does the R stand? Oh, I don't know why they've written that on the back window. Received. Oh, there's all sorts of things in the boot. The boot doesn't open. So, Copart have not been able to get in there and steal stuff. And there's a wicker box in there, wicker basket in there, if you can see it. And there's a boot, a muddy boot, several carrier. Oh, there might be some interesting stuff in there. There's also a couple of coats in the car as well. So, okay, let's have a good look. So, as I say, this is a stolen recovered. Where do I start? Okay, well I've shown you the back. If we move around to this side, it's a pre-facelift, so we have the nicer wheels, which is always good, and of course that means we have the nicer seats as well. There's no damage here, no quarter panel damage whatsoever, no wing damage, no door damage, no seal damage. Wheels are dirty. According to the last MOT, it needs a couple of tyres. It says that I think it was one rear tyre and one front tyre, so the rubber perishing, so it might need a couple of tyres on it unless they happen to have been done since then. It's now October and the MOT was done in May, so they may well have been done, but we'll double check on those obviously at a later date. Front wise, one of them missing, which wasn't in the Copart pictures, and that one's falling off. So I don't know why they've fallen off all of a sudden. Apart from that, no damage to the bumper, no damage to the bonnet. Moving around to this side, no damage to the wing. We have a little bit of damage down here, not on the wing, on the sill, just there. That will pull out, no problem at all. And there's a tiny little hickey just there. Quarter panel damage is 0. On this side, sorry you can't see it very well, I can't get any closer. Got a little bit of paint transference there, which will come off no problem at all. Don't think there's any cracks or anything nasty in the roof. And the metal roof, there's no dents in there. So that's a quick, it's very dirty of course. Windscreen, can't see any cracks or chips in the windscreen. You may have noticed that we don't have a window. So, can I open this door? Yeah. Yes, I can. That's good. Right. The hell was that? Okay, we've got lots of stuff in here. Lots to show you. I haven't looked in here at all. All I've seen is looking over the seat. So, what have we got? We've got that bit, the all-important bit, which is always missing, which is always taken off, I should say. And we've also got that bit, which is good, covered in glass, but we've got it. We have a coat. I told my wife there's a coat in here. Said I might give it to her for her birthday. Is it a coat? Oh, it's not a coat, it's a blanket. Obviously a young child's blanket. Lots of glass. Oh. the phone holder, another blanket. I guess this was for the kids, keep them warm in the back of the car. Some thieving piece of shit has spoilt that for the owner. I don't think we've got any manuals with this. Nothing in there. Oh, locking wheel nut key. I was a little bit concerned that we wouldn't have that. We have got that. What we got here? Oh, one of those damp things. Don't see any manuals anywhere. Anti-fog, full up, we'll keep that. Coca-Cola, we'll get rid of that. Tip that away and then stick it in the recycling. Put that down up here, out the way. Window wise, I've got a bit of glass for this. I've got passenger side glass, so I'll do that this morning. So at least we can get it secure and protected from the rain. Someone had obviously stuck their hand through the plastic because that was broken there. That was broken there, so I just stuck that bit of tape overnight just in case it rained, which it didn't, thankfully. So as far as I can see, seats are just a little bit on the grubby side. We'll get in the passenger door in a minute. We've got the bottom housing there, which is good. Whether it's broken or not remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. Remains to be seen. It's an interesting one on the ignition. I've never seen it quite like that before, and I'll explain to you what the situation was when we got it. Oh look, there's the talking of ignition. There it is. There's the barrel. Now, because this has been snapped off like this, there is always a chance that if I connected up that, if it still connects up in a new the housing bit, which I've got, I bought two. I bought the metal ones as they're more secure. It might just work. It might do. We'll see. But I have bought a new lock set. Let's get in the other side and we'll show you what's going on around there. Now, before we do, I just wanted to say that I've done quite a few of these stolen recovered cars, and if you were thinking about getting into either repairing cars, or repairing Fiat 500 specifically, or whether it be as a hobby, something to do, or you want to make some money, I think stolen recovered are the best ways to go to start with. They cost a bit more, but bodywork wise, you generally don't get much in the way of damage usually, if any, because the car, unless the thieves crash it after they've stolen it, it's generally an undamaged car, a bit like this one. I mean, there's a tiny little bit of seal damage in that, but nothing much. It's a good place to start, and they are very easy to get those things changed. The ignitions and what have you. I mean, I've got videos out there. I don't think I'll do a specific video on how to do it, but you can follow, or you can look at any of my stolen recovered cars, and the vast majority of them, if not all of them, have had new ignitions in. And each one of those videos sort of shows me doing it. And you can always ask me. And it is really, really easy, really easy. Just want to stick that out there. So let me just get in the car. I'll show you what else we've got. Right, to start with, we don't have any power. There's no power whatsoever. I imagine the battery's probably been disconnected, or I don't think it's been hot wired, because none of these wires down here are broken. So we still have the all-important ring. And the actual ignition part is still on there. So the reason, let me get the torch down there just a sec. Right, so as you can see there, that's the only bit of the ignition that's left. And that little nipple bit that's sticking out there, if you can see it, is what the end of that ignition goes onto. And then of course when you turn the key, it turns that, which releases the steering lock. Now, the driver said to me, you can see the black casing there, which has all been snapped off. That's why the metal one is better, because it's stronger. Obviously, you can snap the plastic, you can't snap the metal. Airbag is hanging down. That often happens when they've prized stuff off. Literally, to fix that, all you need to do is a couple of bolts underneath, just release them, push it all back up and bolt it back into position again. It's quite easy. So the driver who delivered it said to me, steering lock's on. As you can see, it's on now. They said, we can't get it off the trailer. And I said, you know, you can normally get a screwdriver in there or something and get it released. He said, there's nothing to get a screwdriver in. And then when you take first look at it, that, you know, he's right. But if we can get in there, I don't know if we're going to be able to see it. If you look in there, you can see a black hole just above the silver bit. And in there is a smaller black hole. And what I did yesterday, in fact, I'm going to try and do it now because I've still got the screwdrivers here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this at the same time as holding the camera. Get a screwdriver in there, push down on it, and that releases the steering. There you go, like that. Now, we're not turning anything because there's nothing to turn, so I don't know if there's anything else broken in there. So what I'm going to try and do, I don't think we're going to be able to do this, but I'm going to try. I think there's a bit missing. Oh. No, certainly can't do it one-handed, that's for sure. Yeah, I need to get the key actually and try that. I think I'm not going to be able to do it one-handed, so I'll do what I can. I'm gonna check the battery because I've got no power here whatsoever, and I don't know whether it's been disconnected, run down, or it's something going on down here. I think it's probably one of the first two. Mileage-wise, I looked at the last MOT, which was, as I said, done in May this year. Person only had the car since January, and the MOT I think was at 44,000, I think it was. So it's not going to have done many miles, which is good. Don't know when it was stolen. Obviously, quite recently, I would imagine. I bought a lock kit, as I say. What else did I buy? Lock kit. Oh, and the ignition barrels, of course. I've bought 2 of those. As I say, I've got glass for the window. I don't anticipate needing anything else. I don't know what the clutch is like. Feels alright. Gearbox feels alright. Yeah, lots of glass. I want to have a look in the boot, see what we got in there. I'm going to have to try and scramble through the back and get that open. Actually, I'm going to look under the bonnet first. Let's just yeah. So what I'm hoping, it doesn't really matter. It just makes life easier. I'll take that out. And all you do to take that out is you depress that with the screwdriver and put the key in, depress that, and then it will pull out. And then what we can do in theory is, if there's not a bit missing and it's not broken, which it might not be, we can just push it back in again. It'll go back in to the new one, and we can use the existing key. Might be able to do that. Might not. It might not work. If it doesn't work, what we do, as I say, I bought a new lock set. Because, of course, if I can use this, that means I've not got to change the door lock. So the lock set I've got contains the door lock, the ignition, petrol cap, and the 2 ECUs. I don't need the ECUs, so I always sell those. I get quite a bit of money back by selling the ECUs. I won't have to do any of that if this does work. We don't know whether the key will go in it. I need to go and get the key from indoors and see if it does. First thing first, let's get the bonnet open and see if we've got any power. If it's not connected, we'll connect it and then see if we've got any power. I'll see if we can actually get it started. Probably not, but at least get the power turned on. Yeah, battery's connected, so I imagine it's dead. So I'll check that in a minute. I'll get my topped on bit of kit out and check it, see if it's still alive, the battery. If not, we'll get it on charge. I hope it's dead, because that means I've just got to charge it up and away we go. Very clean engine, actually. And what I had forgotten to mention, which was really, really good news, is cam belt's been done. It was done 41,428 in December 22. So that is fantastic news that that's been done. But a very clean engine, isn't it? One of the cleanest I've seen for a while, to be honest. And Halford's battery, which doesn't look very old either. So the fact that someone's done the cam belt on a car that's only done 40-something thousand miles, even though of course it is due because it's now 10 years old, shows that they've actually looked after it. And there were some things that came up a couple of years ago on the MOT, like front springs worn, rear springs worn, can't remember what the other bits and pieces are, but there were a few bits and pieces that were, you know, needed to be done, and are no longer on the MOT. So I'm hoping they've been done as well. So it's all looking positive so far, apart from the fact, of course, we've got no power. So I am going to get the top don out and we'll check this and see what we've got. And as I say, hopefully it's got no power in it. We can charge it up. We'll charge it up probably overnight, and then we'll come out and in the next video, of course, and see if we can get it going. Right, we've got top don connected, and we did. I think this must be really, really dead, because if I press the boost button, we then get enough power to lock it and unlock it. So we know we've got power, that's good. Let's quickly do, you only get a few seconds. I'm going to open the boot. There you go, 45,415 miles. And the interior lights on, so we know we've got power, that's good. It's just a matter of getting this battery charged. Then we can have a look and see what goodies we've got in the boot. Dog things. Doesn't smell of dog in here, so they were probably for dogs, not for children. Lots of paper plates. Nice pair of boots. What we got in here? It's a picnic set. Oh, and a for the live family then, and a dog toy. We got a picnic set. We got a spare wheel. That's more important. Yeah, we have. Oh, that's good. That's positive. At least we got power to the car. So I haven't checked the actual battery health, but quite clearly it's cream crackered. That's it. It's gone off now, because once the boost finishes, we haven't got enough power. Yeah. So we need to get that battery out, get it on charge overnight. So what we'll do is we'll get that charged up. We'll come back tomorrow, and then we'll see if we can get it started without changing the ignition first. All that's got to be done anyway, because we've got to take the steering wheel off, and where are we? Let's get back in. Yeah, we've got to take the steering wheel off anyway, because of course we've got to change the barrel part of it. Was making some funny noises. Oh, we got more power. I think it's charging the battery a little bit, that's why, because I've left it connected. Let's actually disconnect it. We don't want it to be cycling around doing silly things, so we'll end up getting some errors coming up. Get that, right, that's disconnected now. Yeah, so it looks all right, doesn't it? Assuming once we get the ignition done, whether we need the new one or not. So the other, I can't remember if I said now, the other thing, my intention was, if I do need to put the new ignition on, because, which is quite unusual with stolen recovered cars, that you actually get the key with it. We have got the key for it with this. So what my intention was, if I have to swap over to the new key set, all I do is I take the chip out of this one, put it in the new key, swap them over, and then it should start. I won't need to get the locksmith down. So that will save me 140 quid. So, could be good, could be good. Absolutely zero power in the battery, completely and utterly drained of power. Now, that could, of course, because the Blue and Me's knackered. Or it could have, it's probably, the chances are, if it's been started up with a screwdriver, it's probably been left on. And it's just completely and utterly decimated the battery. So hopefully, it looks like a new battery, or new, it's certainly a newish battery. So hopefully, it'll be all right once it's charged. So it's now charging up on the trusty old Noco Genius. Great battery charger. I will leave that till tomorrow. I'll leave it overnight. Or whenever it says it's fully charged, if it does it this evening. Or it's late this afternoon. It's midday at the moment, so probably going to take a few hours to do it properly, as it's completely from zilch. So that flashing little red light, or pulsating red light there, will move up the scale till it gets to the top, and when it's finished, the bigger one on the right hand side will turn green when it's ready. If the battery needs reconditioning, we can do that with this as well. It does a battery repair, but I think because it's a newish battery, chances are it just needs to charge. Yeah, so all is good at the moment. All looks pretty good. No issues that I can see at all. So I think actually we can include the next bit as part of the day one, I think. So I think we'll probably wrap it up here. So what do we need parts wise? So as I said, we've got the ignition, we've got the ignition barrels. I've got those. so I can stick a new one of those on. We'll have to re-stick the other one on. It needs damn good clean. Service wise, looks like a brand new, what do you call it, a brand new oil filter. So we'll check all that. May not need a service. It even looks like it might have had a new master cylinder. Slave cylinder, can't really see, looks like the original from what I can see. Yeah, it all looks really good. I was going to do that now, but I might do that, I don't know. It's waterproof, so I'll leave it for the time being. All good, can't see any issues. Price wise, let me tell you about what we paid. Right, so price wise, winning bid was 1,600. It was out the door £1,969, and it cost me £300 with a new driver to get it here. So I bought it on last Friday, contacted the driver, who is a new driver that Alex at Car Salvage 101 uses, who gave me his number. Seems quite reliable. He's based in the Midlands. He has the facility to pick cars up from Copart, store them, and then deliver them when he's got time. Which means this car got picked up on Monday, and he held on to it until yesterday, which was Friday, and then he delivered it on Friday. £300, which I think, you know, I'm in ULEZ, he's got to come across the Dartford Bridge as well. So I think I was reckoning around 300 quid. So when he said 300, I was happy with that. Obviously, it does add a big chunk to the cost. I've probably already got a buy for this for 3,500. Assuming I don't have any issues. It looks like it's already been serviced. I might not need servicing. I haven't got service history, so I'm going to have to track that down. I haven't spent much on it. £124 for the lock set, some of which I'll get back by selling the ECUs. The metal piece that the lock goes into, that's £34, I think it is. So apart from a clean, glass I've already got. That came out of an old door, so there's no cost there. I haven't needed to buy that. I don't think there's anything else, any money I need to spend. Assuming that the gearbox, you know, it runs all right and so on and so forth. 3,500. So I will be spending less than 2,500. So I should be making £1,000 for what, hopefully, I don't want to count my chickens, because of course I've only just got the battery on charge. But it should be able to be a nice, quick turnaround, which would be very nice. Anyway, hopefully when you see me next, I will be rid of this rotten cold, and all normal whatever will be resumed service. That's it. I think I know what we're going to call this, but we'll discuss that in the next video. Thanks for watching. As always, until the next one, don't forget, if you are not a subscriber, and over 60% of you aren't, I don't know why, hit that button, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up. I'm getting lots of messages now. That's another job for me to do, big job. Former project, someone has crashed. I will go into that on another video. They want me to fix it, basically. Anyway, that's enough of that. That's another project. Thanks for watching. As always, until the next one, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.